Hi everyone, this is Bartosz Beda here recording from my studio in Dallas, Texas. In today's video I want to talk how COVID-19 affected me as an artist, my artistic career and my studio practice. The Studio International magazine asked me to record that 3-4 minutes video, but it might be a little bit longer than that. And I will share it here on the YouTube channel as well as the short version will be shared on the Studio International. So here I am, and let's begin. I already lost a little bit of track with time when that COVID-19 exactly started in Texas or in the United States, but I think it was around February when I start thinking about what will happen in the next coming months, meaning like March and April now. And I think that the stay-at-home order was made end of February here in Texas, and since then I start noticing that more people moved online for various platforms: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, recording, talking about COVID, talking about their situations. And I also noticed at that time that even if we had more people active on those social media, not necessarily more engagement was produced for my social media accounts, or just in general. I didn't really see any increase or interest in the work. I would say it was quite opposite. I think that the first month, I think, was especially March, when the schools were already closed and my daughter stayed at home. My wife had to move to teach her classes at university online, and I basically stayed at home with my daughter from morning till afternoon to take care of her as well as her online classes, so she can actually get as much activity and as much everything else that possible from her school. And that's one of the maybe greatest things about it, as I had to spend more time with my daughter, which is actually, because it's still happening, it's fabulous, because that way I'm building new bonds with my daughter, and it's very important for me. Sometimes we are forced with the situation where we have to do things, but there are lots of positive things about that as well. So that's one of the positive things. In terms of my studio and painting, I don't think that I'm spending here less time or more time. I think it's pretty much the same amount of hours. I tend to stay here a little bit longer, which is maybe 2-3 a.m. and then sleep a little, get up, be with my daughter, come here, maybe take a nap and get back to the work. So that's how I just manage my situation right now in terms of that. I think that since February I noticed less interest in my work in terms of collectors. February, March was pretty quiet. I think I sold only 2 small pieces worth $120 each, which doesn't really make much for the income for those last 2 following months. Now I am in April. The other art fair in Brooklyn and Dallas was postponed till fall, so I have to wait with that, and hopefully until fall or everything will be resolved and people will be able to attend gathering. However, no one really is certain what will happen after this entire situation will come back to normal, as I think that it will generally change our behaviors and thinking about larger gatherings and infections and viruses in general, at least for a while. So I'm not expecting huge results from the fall art fairs, but it's nice that at least the other art fair is trying to build up online presence with the artists that they were planning to show in spring. So that's about like exhibitions. I have right now exhibition at Mesquite Art Center with my wife. This is a two-person show, and we were even not able to see installed paintings, not really mentioned, documenting it, or actually attending the opening. The opening of the exhibition is postponed for June 15th, I believe, but I don't think that it might happen in this situation. I feel like we'll be in this zone of staying at home order until probably July, August. Even if the businesses will go back to normal, I think that major events still will be up in the air and not really happening. So it's very weird situation, and I'm looking forward to see how this will change our life, I guess. And what else? I have a coming up show in Manchester with my wife as well, and this is going to be only online show. So we're sending the work, but I'm assuming that nobody will see it beside very close people who have access to the gallery. My studio practice, I'm not really making any special projects about COVID-19. I'm just staying focused on my work and staying focused on what I was planning to do, and that's my goal. I have my daily struggles here, meaning I paint something and then throw away, I don't show it, or try to fix it and then see what will happen next. So I made couple of paintings that I'm happy with. I already shared them on my Instagram. If you want to go and check it out, please do so. Follow me there and like everything I do. I guess what else I would say? I spend more time with my family, that's for sure. But probably if my wife was sitting here next to me, she would probably say that that's not necessarily true, because I'm still in the studio the same hours as I was before. So where is the reality about all of this? It kind of so I also want to talk about the budget for my studio. So in April I tackled my savings, and in February, early February, I start cutting expenses. All kinds of subscriptions that help me in the studio with many things, or in my self-employment business, whatever little things. Sometimes they cost $10, sometimes $20, and overall everything that was not necessary and I can survive without for another couple months and won't make any significant changes to what I do. So in terms of finances, I think that that's the biggest thing for everybody, and especially maybe artists. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe some of artists, some of you maybe do great. Maybe you actually reaching your high peak in sales. I have no idea, but I'm not really worrying about next coming months. I think that I have that in my blood already. I was born in Poland, raised in early capitalism. I didn't experience communism, but we had a recession every day in Poland, so I'm kind of used to those hard times, and I think that we all will find a way around it, and there will be some hardship, but at the same time everything will be good. There is always something good in something that appears to be negative, or that has that negative energy around it. So just staying strong, being consistent, and making sure that you show up, whether you stay at home or not, will make that difference in the near future. For me, next couple of months, I don't know in terms of the exhibitions. As I said, everything is postponed. In terms of studio, if there will be no total lockdown in Texas or Dallas, I will definitely try to make my way to the studio every day, producing work, focusing on social media, on my presence, and trying to make better paintings. Something that I try to do every day, beat that struggle, and stay focused on the course. Every year I pick up a word of the year, and this year the word for 2020 is planning, or plan, and I think that's the best I can do right now. Just stick to the plan and adjust it to the situation, and keep my big goals and dreams on the paper, and make sure that I will realize them sometime in the near future or farther future. It always can be worse, so we have to be grateful about what we have, and I feel actually very lucky about the closest people, my wife, my daughter, who I really love and who support me, and I try to support them as much as I can. And I'm grateful for those people who were supporting my practice over past 5 years, I think 5-6 years. I think that those are the things that we have to cherish and reconnect with. It's very important, and we all should try to stay healthy and be wealthy and keep going. So I wish you all great time and great reconnection with your families, and all the struggles we have, they will pass, and new good things will come. As the old saying says, after the rain there is always sunshine. So we'll see. I'll see you, and I'll keep posting. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.